Right. Um, okay, so today I would just like to first to go through how you how you can basically how best you can create your projects in the canisters. Like there are some concepts which might not be so obvious and which might be difficult to get from just the example in the tutorial. So
So
there's an echo.
there's an echo.
Yeah, from I think there's an echo. I think from your side. Okay, cool. Um, so yeah, I would just like to go through the process of how best you can create your projects in the canisters, and then after that, if you guys have some challenges in your projects, you can go ahead and ask. So let me share my screen now, and we can get started. Okay, so for the challenge, I'll start. Let's say, like, if I was to do this challenge, this is how I would go about it. And I would go, let's say, to my GitHub and create a new repository. I can call it a get challenge. Then I'll make it public. I add a README. Then I create the repository. Right. Um, I come here. I copy the link, and then I can create a workspace for it, maybe just on my desktop. Um, Open my terminal and clone the repository. Then I would cd into it, get challenge, and open VS Code. Right. So now um, I'm inside my get challenge repository. This is where I'm going to be keeping the code for the challenge. Again, you also need to do the same, let's say, for your actual final hackathon project with your peers. I'll also demonstrate how you can create a project, a repository, and then add your peers into the project for collaboration. But for this example, I'm just doing, let's say, for the decade challenge. And then, so I can open my terminal. I'm in the decade challenge. Um, I would like to create the the ASO project from scratch. It's basically the same with the one in the it's basically the one in the tutorial, like the boilerplate. But it would be good to be able to know how to create your own from scratch, like without using the boilerplate to create your own thing. So you go to this ASO book. I'm sure most of you all have the link to this book by now. Uh, you go to, I think, Hello World to this part. This will guide you how to create um, your own ASO canister. So quick start is saying npx new ASO hello world. Like this is the project you will be creating. In my case, so I just copied the link, the command I mean, and then I paste it. So I paste it in here. In my project, I don't want to call it as well hello world. I want to call it maybe I want to create a small chat, basic chat application. So I can call it chat. I press enter. Yeah, so you can see it has been created. The new project is the same as the one in the tutorial. Basically the same thing. So what I will need to do is to get into that directory because I'm here, I'm in the Decade Challenge website, so I need to cd into that chat. Right now I'm inside the chat project I just created. And what I would do next, this is an important part that is kind of subtle from the beginning. So when you run npx as a new chat, when this new chat project is created, a GitHub, uh, a Git directory is initiated automatically. So it will confuse if you just continue like this. It will not be the best thing because you are having a GitHub. You are having a repository inside a repository. You see, we have our Decade Challenge repository, right? And then we created this project. This project will when you create it, it initiates another Git repository. So what you need to do is to just you have seeded into this chat project. You can just remove the Git directory. It will be invisible, but you just know that it's in there. So the best way the way to remove it is just you can type this command rm rf r and then dot git, and then you enter this command, and then the git repository that was initiated inside this chat has now been removed. So now you are free to continue. The next step now will be to install the packages. In this case, it's just the ASO package. So you run npm install. We'll finish in a second. Right, done. And the next step is to start your dfx. dfx start clean background, and then you deploy that project to see if everything is working fine. dfx deploy. Just a few seconds. There we go. It has been deployed. We can check it out. Right now it's just have the default the boilerplate function get message, set message. So now you are free to start working on on your project, you can open this source directory and this index here, tsx, and then you can now start working on your project. So basically, when you are creating a project, it usually has a database logic that manipulates the database and everything else that follows later in, and then later on the front end. So in the tutorial from the get, like there was only a single variable for messages, right? But in the real world, you you don't just have a single variable. You will be having lots of data you need to manipulate. In the web 2, you usually have a database and you have some tables. Let's say you want to create a chat application, a small chat application. You need to have a table for users. You need to have a table for messages. You need to have a table for the chats themselves. And using, I'm sure most of you might be familiar with what is it? Relational databases like MS, SQL, uh, Postgres, and the likes. And it's basically easy. Your fields will be connected with some foreign keys and what's not. So to implement that, it's also possible to implement all that in the canister. So you just have to know how you can go about it, and that's what trying to I'm going to demonstrate here, to have data that will be related and have like a full blown database with some fields that are related and working together. So first thing I would do is so let's say I have users. I'll first start by creating a user type. So I can go like const user. It will be record. Mm, I need to import the record from ASO. And then yeah, I can have username. I can have a username. I can have a user ID, a unique ID for the user, which will be text. Age will be text. What do you need to say? You can have last seen with a message. It's a small chat application. Last seen text. What else can you have? Maybe date created is important for a user. You have created and created to good if it's not 64. Okay, now you have a user, and you might also need to have now okay, type user type of. I'm using GitHub Copilot, that's why it's helping me with all these suggestions, and it's kind of faster. Um, yeah, and then we can have a message. We can have a type of what's okay. Yeah, suggested for me a message here. Sender recipient content. That's cool. Then I need to export the type of message. Then What else do I need? That's basically it for now. Now I just need to now to get the variable for the users. So when you have a user, let users goes to stable storage, basically text, um, user here, and then text user 0. Okay, so now this will be like the table for my user, a variable for my user, and then many do we have chats. Chats goes to, let's see. Okay, so a chat usually have messages, right? Uh, when you open a chat, there are messages inside that chat. So the best way to do that will be to have, so each chat will be having like an array of messages. So to declare an array here in the TypeScript, it will be back, and then here you put a fake again because it's an array. Um, it's still screaming at me. Yeah. Now I created a chat. So a chat will have an ID, and then it will have an array of messages, and then each these messages will be this message type, the sender, the recipient, the content of the message, and the date created. And then we can have like a user chats. Let user user chats is equal to yeah, this suggestion is good. So what's basically happening here is so now each user will have we have we have a list of chats. Like you are on your phone, when you go to chats, you have a number of chats displaying, and each chat. So what's happening is here is each user will be having like the ID here. This is a user ID, and this vector now is containing a list of IDs of chats. This is the relationship that is happening here. So So when you want to get chats for a user, what you basically need to do is to put in the ID for the user, and then you will get the list of IDs of chat IDs. So I think it's good if we make this very clear uh, from here to say type chat ID equals to text, type user ID equals to text, and then you basically need to say user ID so that it can be easy to see. Chat ID, um, chat ID. Yeah, that's that's basically it. So now you basically have like what you normally have in the relational database in maybe Postgres or MySQL database. You have a user table, you have a charts table that is related to user charts. You have a user charts table that is related to charts, that is also related to users. Here is its user ID. Its user ID. Yeah, and then you can now start the logic in your canister. And you have a CRUD for user, CRUD for users. And you can say create user. We don't need a sync for weights. Okay. User. Okay. Yeah. You basically created a user. And you can now do all these other CRUD functions. You can see from the example we did it on the message example. You can now basically, when you are at user, you can now create all the CRUD functions for a user. And then when you are for chats, you now start to create CRUD functions for chats as well. And you just be for a new message, you just be pushing the message into this vector. So because of our time, it's not it will take a lot of time like to try to code through all this, but I'm sure you can get the basic idea of how you can now start how you can create a lot of related data in your project. This can be anything. um, so I think maybe I can open up for some questions if there might be some questions from you guys. Mr. Confidence, no questions. Okay.
Uh, okay, I thought maybe they are processing.
Okay.
Yeah, so another thing, there's a couple of guys who are facing challenges on their that I spoke with in the afternoon. That are facing challenges on their is it Windows.
Okay.
So um, if you're on your laptop, just let us know. We can go through it here, and everyone can see. Is there anyone with Windows machine who's been trying to do or install anything from ESO? Just let us know.
Okay. There is a question.
Okay.
Is there a difference?
Is there a difference between creating a repository directly from the GitHub and adding files? that you would have created in VS Code?
Not really. You can do that as well. You can adding files your way. Yeah, you can do that. Maybe you would have created a repository, or you can actually initiate a repository from your terminal, from your command line, and do all the stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of a pretty difficult or complex, but you can definitely do that. But creating a repository first on GitHub and clone it, and then you just start building stuff into it is relatively easy. So like here, I created all this now. What I basically need to do is to push this code git add, and then I stopped sharing my screen. Sorry. Let me let me share it again. Yeah. So I just cloned, and then what I can just do now is to do. Okay, I run the command already. You need to do git add to add everything you created, and then you commit. How do I say initial commit, and then yeah, and just git push my changes. I can now see them on my GitHub. If I just refresh, yeah, initial commit. All my code is now available here. So I think this is quite an easy way of doing it, but of course, this is not it's not the only way.
yeah. It's a bit tedious to first create the repository locally and then try to push it on a remote server.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
easier for you to do it the way that Mr. Enoch was showing you. You first create it remotely, then you just copy the link, git clone the repository, and then you start um, adding your code or whatever files that you want to add. And then at every stage, you can start um, then committing, like whenever you have a
yes,
certain function or feature that you have implemented. So you'll see also that this is very important when you are doing contributions with your team. That every time you push when you have finished a feature, and it's also important to understand what a branch is, which will allow you to before you merge all the code with what is already working, you put it on the side first, and then you test it out if it is working, and then others test it out also, and then you can then go ahead and merge the code. Maybe we'll have one day when we can actually go through um, contributing as a team, because you're going to be working as teams. So this is something which is really important.
yeah. Maybe I can I
Okay.
can demonstrate real quick. I think it's yeah. So this is the repository, and I would like to add some collaborators. I can just come here on. I go to settings, then on collaborators, and then I can add someone to the repository. Let me see. Mm, okay, yeah. Then I can add to the repository, and an invitation will be sent to them. And after adding it, they will be able to. What they'll just need to do is to clone the repository and create a branch. So after cloning the repository and basically all these steps, but they won't need to. They'll just need to clone the repository and start working on it. So the best normally the best thing to do when you clone a repository is to create a branch to it. You can git check out. You can run git check out. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, yeah. You can run git check out branch. Maybe you can call the branch whatever you want. The name of the feature, and then you have switched the branch, and then you can add some changes to the code you are contributing to your friends, like this one. I want to update user or delete user. And after I'm done, I can just edit the changes. It functions, and then again run git push. Yeah, I want to set this as upstream. Then yeah, if I go, so this is what your friends will be seeing. They created this new branch called feature. They put some changes, and then they can create a pull request, compare, and then they create what's called a pull request of the changes they created. And then like the owner who created the repository will be able to see when they just visit their repository like this, they can see the pull request created here. Then they can see edit, update, and delete functions. And then they can come to files changed and try to see the changes that have been added. And if they are good with them, they can go ahead and merge the changes of the repository. They can come here and merge the pull request, confirm merge, and the changes will be added to the main branch of the repository. You can see here on if you come to branches, there are two branches. There is a feature branch which I created, and there's the main branch. So when your friends you are collaborating with clone the repository and create different branches, those branches you will be seeing them here. And then the owner will just see the code that has been created, and then if it's okay, you merge the changes and they will be added to the main branch. The main branch is the main branch, the main version of the code. If you are deploying the project live, the code will be from the main branch. So yeah, that's basically how you go about it with the collaborations. You create a repository, you invite your friends 3 to 5, and then they clone the repository, they create some branches, they write code, they push it, and then you merge the changes. And all the contributors we will be able to see them here. Um, right now, I'm the only contributor, so there is no information, but there will be information here about the contributors who will be seeing. Um, yeah, that's it about contributions. There are more questions. Yeah.
So there's okay. So there's no one who's using a Windows machine here who needs assistance.
Maybe you didn't join.
But did you guys understand how Git works? Basically, if you understood, just type yes in the chat box. Or if this is your first time seeing how Git works. Okay, that's good.
Okay, cool.
Yes, basically, Git commands are the same.
Yeah,
They
it's the
don't.
same.
They are the
Once you,
same on.
okay, once you have your Windows subsystem for Linux running, once you have all these projects of yours, these tools installed and running, you can basically do the same thing I was doing here, whether you are on Windows or on Mac.
Okay, there's Tapio Nashi. Can you share your screen? Is it possible for you to share your screen with us, please?
Okay, also,
Of
are
your
you
VS
having if you are having challenges?
Yeah, I think we can also discover those challenges. So,
Yeah.
Tapio Nashi, are you able to share your screen of your VS Code? What about the rest of you guys? Did you understand? Um,
Okay,
did you
sure.
understand it? While at least we wait for Tapio to share his screen. Kamu, uh, there's Wolfuse, who is new here. Yeah, I think Gamu, I've never seen your name unless you are using a different name today. But Gamu, did you understand Git? Please just type in the comment box.
In the chat.
This is something that you guys like. If you eventually become a developer for the rest of your life, you can never run away from. You can never
Yeah.
run away from Git. Okay, so you can go to your VS Code, sir. We can see your screen now. Or you can unmute your mic and just say what you want to say. Okay, no problem.
Oh,
Understood. Understood.
yeah, so yeah, it's basically difficult. Yeah, cool. I think we can help you tomorrow and try to.
Okay. Who else? So no one else is using. What laptops are you guys using? I'm now really interested, because we want you guys to progress in this challenge.
Okay, one more thing. I was suspecting that our emails are not reaching to all of you guys. May you just comment in the chat with maybe a thumbs up if you received the latest email with the cheat sheet for the hackathon with some links and resources. Just send a thumbs up in the chat if you received. If you didn't, a thumbs down. The email for the day with the cheat sheet. This way. So it appears they are delivering. Okay, that's cool. Thank you, guys.
So I'll just also post another poll since most of you don't have further questions. We'll just post a poll. 30 seconds as usual.
We stand a chance to win a nice t-shirt.
Okay, are you guys ready? Okay. Seems like everyone is ready, so we'll just run this for 30 seconds and
Stand a
may
chance to
the
win a
best
t-shirt.
may the best men win. Okay. There you go. You can open the polls tab and you can see it just beside the chat. Time is running out, guys. Okay. One person has voted. I'll extend it by to a minute. Okay, we are on 1 minute now.
Okay,
I'll say stop.
we
I
will
will
send
not take
when
more.
you are.
Okay. So, guys, you're not listening. This is something that was spoke by Mr. Enoch today when he started the lecture, and no one has got the correct answer. So no one is getting a t-shirt today. But the correct answer was this one. I'm gonna put it in the chat. This was the correct answer.
So you guys, if you didn't get this one right, how did you do your, what is it, your tutorial deployments?
Yeah, it says we are still a little bit. We still have some challenges there. But anyway, guys, Um, all the best. May you continue with your code if you're having challenges. We are trying to see the best way we can collaborate with you guys since you're having
Uh,
challenges on the Windows.
sorry,
On the
Oliver.
Windows.
You missed a second t-shirt.
Uh, bad
Hey.
luck. Yeah, but
Oh, the
it's
network is bad.
bad.
Yeah,
You can have it
we will
better
get
on YouTube.
on YouTube.
Okay. Okay, sure. We'll share it tomorrow. The video. For the video for yesterday, we shared it today. So you can see it online on YouTube. You can check it in the chat. Then we'll also share this one. So if you guys have any suggestions, also please let us know. If you want to have a physical session, let us know. If you feel like you are you are behind, or if you feel like online doing these online videos might be a bit confusing, we can also dedicate one day before we do the hackathon to come, and we can make an arrangement. So I think watch out for the video tomorrow and other announcements in your emails. If you
Okay.
have any suggestions, please do not hesitate to get in touch. Otherwise, if there is no further questions, Mr. Enoch, you can
Yeah, I
go
just wanted to add that
bring us.
please feel free to reach out to us and really understand anything you are building. My DMs are open for Mr. Confidence. Feel free. Any question, there's no stupid question or anything. We are here for you guys. Reach out and ask. So yeah, thank you for joining in. Same time tomorrow. We might have something. Okay.
Okay, guys. Good night.